Hello everyone! Welcome. I am Umbras, and today we are back in Gran Turismo 3. Hope you're doing well. We got a lot to get done, so much to do. And thankfully, this week, we're doing it twice. So this is the first of two Gran Turismo 3 streams. We're gonna be doing some endurance racing. I have scoped out the Grand Valley 300-kilometer race. It's not an endurance race, it's not professional leagues, you dingus. This one. And this would be the endurance race we do tonight. We've got a decent amount done. But we still have a few more. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We got 5 done of... We got about 8 base, we got half of the endurance races done. So we're gonna get one more done tonight, and hopefully this one gives us that long-awaited open-wheeler car, because I need one desperately, and we are running out of races. Seriously. So, we've just not gotten lucky with the RNG, so we are going to be doing another one of the races here. 60 laps around Grand Valley Speedway. Should be around 186 miles. Probably 2-ish hours, maybe a little bit less than that. And then afterwards, we'll be doing some of the arcade mode races, finishing that up. So we only have one more region left on that. And then we'll be tackling some professional league events. So let's get right down to it. I like how it starts you, for all the endurance races, it always starts you after the start-finish line for the rolling start. It is a little bit funny there. But that's just how Gran Turismo 3 rolls. What's funny is you can literally have the AI gain your position at the start as well, depending on how the track is set up for the endurance race. Oh, okay. Got a little bit knocked off course there. Yeah, the Nissans aren't playing. They're being very aggressive there. But we will get through this. So we gotta get back up to our super sibling up front. They are basically gonna be our main rival. Basically a mere match between us. We got probably the better of the tire wear. Well, I guess the NSXs maybe have slightly better tire wear, and the Supers have slightly better overall pace. Something like that. But overall, it'll basically be down to either the NSXs or the Supers to win. The Skylines, they wear their fronts too much to really be much of a challenge in an endurance scenario, because they got the heavy inline 6 up front, which kind of really hurts their tire wear. Also, if not already mentioned it, welcome for JGTC, welcome everyone coming in. Hope you all are doing well. Happy Sunday. It is a new week. And it is a great week. Alright, there we go. Get a good run out of the corner. Get the slipstream up in the first place, better than the first lap. We'll see if we can keep that. I don't know. Oh, the Raybrig NSX is charging now. They're putting up a fight too. So this would be interesting to see. Has that got its tires up to temperature? We're still kind of in like the light blue, so our tires are still kind of on the colder side. Yeah, you can see even now the car is slipping a little bit, but we will push. Yeah, each lap would be roughly around probably about a minute 45 seconds ish, I think. Welcome, Jesus Lord. Hey man, haven't been here in a while. Good to see you back in Gran Turismo 3. Yeah! Hell yeah! Heck yeah! How do you stream this? Are you playing on PS2 or emulator? Alright, so for that, technical mumbo jumbo. So I am using an emulator. I use the PCSX2 emulator, specifically the nightly version, which is kind of like the most up-to-date and kind of the more experimental one. And that is the emulator I use. And there's tutorials all over the place for setting that up and everything, getting that all sorted and everything. And then for the game, I IRL own the game. So you can do a couple different things with that. If you have a disc reader, you can actually, if you have a disc reader that can read PS2 discs, you can actually play on the emulator off of the disc, which is an option. Me personally, I try to convert the disc into an ISO file and then play it off of that, the actual kind of file based off of the disc I own, because then it's technically not piracy. It's a legal gray area, but it is essentially, you know, using my own, you know, my own purchased media my way. Just because capture cards for components aren't that great, as well as the PS2 does not really look that good with an HDMI output. So it's one of those things where sometimes emulators really do allow for better streaming experiences. And they also just, you know, it does allow things like the save states, the all of that, and also, you know, you aren't beholden to, you know, basically 2-decade-old hardware, where parts are starting to become just a little bit difficult to find for some of the PS2s. And I know even later on, you know, as more and more different parts fail, just due to age and everything, you gotta think nothing lasts forever. And my PS2 is very well loved. I have taken good care of it. But also I have, you know, it is old. It has a lot of playtime on it. That was basically like the vast majority of my childhood was on like the PS2. 54 Fusion Fix, I got it. Ooh, nice. What did they do? Okay, I got to check that out because I still have this copy of 3 and 4. I tried downloading the ISIS, but they always the choppy gameplay. To be fair as well, the PCSX2, and especially with like Gran Turismo 3 and 4, they do use a decent amount of GPU and CPU sometimes. Like even now, I have to on both Seattle circuits and Special Stage Route 5. I have to switch to software mode instead of hardware mode, where it runs more off of the CPU instead of the GPU on my computer, because the it gets a little bit choppy there. That's more so just because I'm also running things like VC Face, OBS, all of that, which do also use up a decent amount of both CPU usage and GPU usage. It does, you know, the amount of programs I'm running when I'm streaming and everything individually aren't like massive, but like a lot of them do use up a combined use up a good chunk of both CPU and GPU. The fact that I have to have a fan on low under the desk just help keep me cool, because my PC it gets a little bit toasty. Like it's steady state toasty, but it's toasty. Like in normal like idling and everything like that. It's like, you know, around like 3.5C, you know, 40C if, you know, you kind of a little bit playing like some like lighter games or whatever. But like with everything running, you know, VC Phase, OBS, streaming, and the PCSX2, it gets up to like 65, 70. But it stays there. Like that's still a healthy range. It just gets warm down here in the basement. Welcome, Petra. Should upgrade the power or handling first? Always handling. Always handling. If you can reduce weight, do it. Because you want to think, you know, the handling makes you fast everywhere. Power only makes you fast in the straights. Handling makes you fast pretty much anywhere. Plus, what is power without control? Like in real life, you usually want to upgrade handling over anything else first. Tires, brakes, suspension, weight reduction, all that stuff. Those are usually the first upgrades. One, because it still keeps the car manageable and everything like that to people that are less experienced. But on the other hand, because it genuinely just is a bigger dollar for dollar investment on how things, and like how it'll affect like your lap times and everything like that. Braking is always good upgrade too, if you can stop later than everyone else. Yeah, a little bit like that too. That's a good point. With like the suspension and tires, that also means you don't have to slow down nearly as much either. You know what the complexity of the German car axles? Some of them. I have worked on my share of German cars in the past. More so the kind of more front-wheel drive, like Golfs and everything, Jettas. But a couple of rear-wheel drive vehicles as well. A few 3 Series. A couple of Audis. Audis are a pain in the rear. The early 2000s Audis and the 90s Audis. Like I kind of like them. I like a lot of the looks of them, but holy moly, not a big fan of working on them. Even still, there are options to, you know, get the upgrades and everything. Welcome, GB. What car am I using? I am in the GT500 Supra, because considering every other vehicle here is a GT500 car, I figured I'd try to, you know, match their level of performance, roughly speaking. Although I feel like we are outperforming the AI. I say that we're not that far ahead for after 6 laps. And they may be conserving tires. They may be on a harder compounded tire. I don't know. I do know the NSX now is up ahead of the other Supra. So it is Supra NSX. With both first and third being the Denso Sard and Supras. Second being the Rayburg NSX, and fourth being the Arta NSX. So you do have some good mix of vehicles, and then those 2 vehicles way at the back, they're the 2 GTRs. Unfortunately, they just, anytime tire wear is enabled, they just do not do well. They wear through the fronts way too quickly, whereas the other 2 cars, the NSX and the Supra for the GT500 class, they wear their tires a lot more evenly. The NSX a bit more than the Supra. The Supra still wears its fronts slightly more than the NSX. But overall, you can probably interchange them. But yeah, it is interesting. It is interesting. I am praying for an open wheel car as vehicle 1 tonight. Please, we are running out of endurance races. We only have 5 endurance races left. And if we seriously still do not get an open wheeler, I don't know what I'm gonna do. Because we need that for the Formula Gran Turismo race. Like, I will even take one of the slower open wheelers because I can probably still manage. But like, it's crazy. It's genuinely crazy just how like normally within like in the first couple of endurance races I'll have one an open wheeler. Like, this is literally in every playthrough I've done in Gran Turismo. And I've done about 7 full 100% completion playthroughs. It has not taken me this long to get an open wheeler car. Like, usually on average it's by the 3rd endurance race that I have an open wheeler. But no, like, this is genuinely like really strange. Like I'm hoping we go in. I don't think I've ever gotten the open wheeler for the Grand Valley 300 kilometers either. So that'll be interesting. Oh, okay, the Rover NSX is pitting. Oh, it's the Arta NSX now in second. Dang, so the Supra's in third. Was in fourth, now in third. Alright, we're doing pretty good on our tires so far. I feel like everything is pretty smooth for the most part. Like I'm not expecting anything crazy. We go back to the right. And then back to the left. I absolutely love the Gran Turismo 3 version of Grand Valley Speedway. Like, I don't mind the later versions, but like this version, I feel like it flows better. The weird, awkward kind of bus-up chicane in the Gran Turismo 4 onwards version isn't. I'm not a big fan of that. Welcome, JBs. $2.77. It's a big Slim Jim that they're selling for $2. That's gotta be like the multiple foot long ones. Alright, the fronts are starting to get into the yellow. So we are a little bit on the wearing side. Our lap times have still been pretty consistent, right around the 151s, 152s. So yeah, we should, on average, be right around, you know, just under 2 hours for this race. So that gives us more than enough time to do some of the arcade mode races, and maybe even start on what I kind of planned for tomorrow's stream, which is using like the Elite Sport 190 in some of the races, like the British GT and mid-engine challenge races. Extra thick. Yeah, we got an extra thick torque curve here with the Supra. Because yes, this is a Supra. Is that a Supra? It is a Supra. Though it is an inline 4 Supra. It doesn't use the 2JZ. That's like the very early GT500 JZ A80 Supras. Now it's well then they went to the inline 4, and then later in the Supra's life they switched to the V8. So a lot of different engines in the Supra JGTC. Sounds like a B16. Yeah, I mean it is Gran Turismo 3. The sounds aren't exactly like the main drawing point of the game. It's not like bad for the time period, but like you can tell like they didn't really push the envelope with sound design as much. Not in terms of the engine sound anyway. They're like the other diegetic sounds and like other sounds and everything. Genuinely really good. Like the soundtrack's great. The overall kind of like ambience, hearing the crowd cheer as you go past like the grandstands. You know, the iconic sound effects and everything that as soon as you hear it, you're like, that's some Gran Turismo 3, like that type of stuff. They do a really good job with. We are pulling ahead. We are pulling quite a far ahead. I'm honestly surprised the Rayburg NSX pit before the Skylines. Welcome Sakura Prime, maybe 5,000. I mean, congratulations on that. Best to probably invest that now. You know, get yourself a little bit of a nest egg going and everything. Don't go gambling on that again. But GG on that front. How's everyone say so far? I've been doing all right. I had a multi-class league race earlier today at Donington Park. It was in Santa Corsa Competizione. It was a GT3 and GT4 race. It was a 1 hour race, and I was in the GT4 class. I think I managed to finish third overall. Sorry, third in class. I wish third overall in a GT4. Be a racing god. No, third in class. And depending on how penalties go, I may genuinely get bumped up to second. Because literally, 3 of us, who would eventually end up finishing second, third, and fourth, we were literally like nose to tail and swapping positions the entire race. It was really cool. I think that was probably the closest, consistently most exciting race I've had in a little while. And I'm happy with the end result too, like no major issues. Only a few minor multi-class shenaniganry where I was getting kind of nudged out of the way by GT3s that were a little bit impatient, but yeah. The new Supra always looked a little bit weird from the rear. Yeah, a little bit. I still like it though. Like, it's not quite like the Supra that everyone kind of like, you know, remembers and everything, but I genuinely like the look of the new Supra. I don't know. Maybe I'm an outlier, but I genuinely think it's like a very shapely, gorgeous car. Oh, Honda's coming back with picture. Yeah, I saw that. Which is great because we can get some more of the 13 Devils and everything as like boss characters. You know, Dream Fiend and oh, you're talking about the NSX. I thought you were talking about like the new Supra. NSX always looks heavy from the rear. It's a little bit. It looks better in real life than in virtually and in pictures, I think. In real life, it genuinely looks pretty good. I've seen a couple of real life NSXs, both NA1 and NA2s, and it looks pretty good, I think. But like the in pictures, it looks just a little bit out of proportion. I still like it though. Alright, big push. Yeah, maybe a little bit, yeah. I don't know, I feel like if it ended right after the engine or whatever, right after like the rear axle, I feel like that would make it look even weirder though. Because like it feels like the car kind of gets, like you're so used to the NSX that it gets like chopped off. But oh well. To each their own, to each their own. I'm honestly surprised that they haven't really been, like we're in the same car. They should be at least somewhat keeping pace with me. I was not expecting that. Yeah, about as sensible as, you know, a Japanese super sports car could probably be. This is kind of like right around like that crossover point back in the 90s of being between like a supercar and a sports car. Probably closer to supercar. Just given its overall kind of like lap time performance and, you know, exotic materials being used in like the body and chassis and everything with the aluminum. Probably. Probably a C205. This is a different. Yeah. I mean, with that, it's kind of difficult to, you know, play dirt back while in Pike speed. I doubt anyone would be willing to haul that much dirt up the mountain for coverage just for a one-off event to see if they can break a dirt record. Though I would genuinely love to see, honestly, it'd be kind of cool to see modern WRC cars heading up the mountain, just to see what kind of times they could post, because they got some crazy speed. They may not be like record breaking, but they be genuinely quick. Like a WRC Colorado event that had like the Pikes Peak hill climb as like a special stage would genuinely be like really cool. I would absolutely show for that, and I would travel out west for that for sure. Plus, you got a lot of great scenic areas in Colorado as well that would like make good rally courses. Adding the Pikes Peak as like the main draw factor, I think would just make it even better. Yeah, the Group B cars are crazy. But that's the power of being, you know, super lightweight and having the gear ratios, and being twin charged and everything. But it's especially with the gear ratios, because, you know, they didn't really max out at that high a top speed. So they were geared for like insane acceleration. I mean, still super impressive, you know, having the traction, having the capability to just absolutely put all that power down. That's crazy. Shows just how terrifying those vehicles were to drive too. Honestly, we've gotten really consistent lap times still. Like, our times have not really fallen off. So we should probably be good until like lap 17, I think. Yeah, so they had the torque multiplication from like the lower gears and everything like that. Oh, that also require, you know, shifting and all everything. But yeah, I mean, that's the nature. That is the nature of, you know, being incredibly lightweight. You know, having, you know, the all-wheel drive system for the traction, and then also you know, having a very high amount of power. Like for the 80s, like that is literally like supercar level horsepower. Yeah, although very expensive to develop and not exactly the most reliable, but yeah, in terms of like overall like combining like the best of both worlds, yeah. I'm a little bit surprised. I was expecting the tires to not last this long. Grand Valley is definitely a bit of a tire wear course with a lot of high speed sweepers and everything. You are kind of, you know, on it for quite a while. So I'm not too sure. Like the fact I'm pleasantly surprised that like even now like we're setting times that are like really close to our personal best time, despite the fact that we are 15 laps into our tires. We are already a quarter of the way through the race, and 26 minutes in as well. So yeah, we would definitely be able to do this in less than 2 hours, which is super awesome. And then, you know, like we're still like right there on that pace, a super consistent pace. I'm impressed. I'm genuinely impressed with that. There we go. Nice and smooth there. Let's see if we can't keep it in the 150s for as long as possible. I think probably if we get a time that's like 153, then we will swip pit. But we will see. Someone twin charged an Evo. Oh my gosh, that's terrifying. How do you even manage to fit that? Like the Evo's engine bay isn't exactly the most spacious. You got a lot of plumbing work to deal with. Also, that poor intercooler working overtime. That poor intercooler working overtime. That's not bad. It's not bad at all. Alright, there we go, another 150. A little bit slower than the previous lap, but not by much. Welcome, memes. What's up? What's up? Nothing much. We just finished a quarter of our endurance race of the night. We are at Grand Valley Speedway in the JGTC Supra, the Denso Sard Supra. And we are vibing. We are on the extra hard tires. We got lots of grip still. We're setting quick lap after quick lap. And probably in about 2 laps we may end up actually lapping the competition. I swear, this is literally stock. This is literally stock. Like, we have not done, outside of changing the tires, we've not done anything to the car. Say Nicola quits his gay. Remember, son, dying is gay. I was just practicing martial arts, got distracted by like, oh! Well, hopefully your practice has been going well. Hopefully you're feeling good. Make sure when you're doing the physical activity, make sure you stretch before and after. Prevent injuries and everything. Make sure you stay hydrated as well. Speaking of which, on this straight, I will need to get a little bit of hydration as well. My throat is just a little bit dry. Oh, there's one of like a JGTC car. What am I? Depending on the era, I believe they used Super Tourer regulations for a while. So if nothing else, you may want to take a look at Super Tourer regulations. So I'm pretty sure throughout the 90s, that's what they used. I'm gonna go back to practice. Alright, well, thanks for stopping by, memes. You have a great night, alright? Everybody was kung fu fighting. His fists were fast as lightning. It was a little bit frightening. They had some expert timing. Yeah, it was a little bit of a slower lap there. We're in the 151s now. Our tires are starting to fall off a bit. R32 is a touring car. Alright, that's an option. Did the R32 ever get used in a JTCC? The first one was more for like kind of like the more like saloon style, kind of more affordable vehicles and everything. But I might be wrong there. Really? Okay. I don't know. I mainly know the R32 from its Group A performance, where it was, you know, like in Bathurst and everything like that. Like the Bathurst 1000, back when that was a Group A or touring car race. That's my main kind of knowledge of the R32, was competing in like that type of stuff. So if that's the case, if it's the same type of classification for like around that time period, then was JTCC a Group A touring car series earlier, before it became Super Tours? So I know at one point it was Super Tours, but if earlier than that it was Group A, then you may want to pull up the Group A specifications then, or regulations, a little bit of both, and see what you can do there as like your resources. Yeah, tires are beginning to fall off just a little bit. I'm gonna go to lap 20. I'm gonna go to lap 20, because then we'll basically break it down into 3 splits. Uh, I'm not sure that F1's a touring car. You sure you're not thinking of JGTC? That seems a little bit strange because I remember JTCC and I was like the Accords and stuff like that. But all right. There we go. There's our lap traffic. Here we come. Yeah, the Japanese Grand Touring Championship. Like the same series that these cars that eventually turned into what these cars are here. That eventually then became Super GT. But at the time it was JGTC. Juliet Golf Tango Charlie, just for extra clarification. I'll take your word for it, but I'm not entirely sure. It seems like kind of a little bit of redundancy to have two national series that use the same vehicles. Yeah, double check that for me, please, because I'm pretty sure JT Juliet Tango Charlie Charlie was like your Super Tours and stuff. So I don't necessarily remember the McLarens being in the JTCC. I know they were in the JGTC, but not JTCC. So, yeah. I am currently in the middle of the race, so I'm not quite going to check just yet. Oh, good man. That's why it's always good to have people double checking everything like that. Don't worry about it. All good, all good. So yeah, if you want to make the JGTC for the R32, oh gosh, okay. I'm trying to remember what like regulations they use there. Yeah, you are gonna have a much more difficult time on that one. Because they were, oh gosh, those rules are going to be very difficult to find. JTCC, I believe, used for the longest time Super Tour rules, which is easier to find. So that's a more kind of international regulation. There we go. Some extra drink. I'm a little bit thirsty. I had a saltier dinner. Note to self. Salt should be quarter teaspoon instead of half teaspoon, I think. Just the other things, because I got the canned version, probably were added a little bit of salt. Sure. Yeah, I remember you posting that in the Discord. And so yeah, best of luck creating a JGTC version of that. I believe you'd probably be limiting to around like 500 horsepower. During the time period, it could still be four-wheel drive. So remember, even the R33s for the GT500 class had four-wheel drive. And I think I gotta look up the potential like error regulations at the time period. But your best bet is to try to get it as close to what the real one looked like then. Because I know the error regulations were very much in flux at the time and changed very rapidly throughout the years. Yep, alright, we're still on cold tires. Still on cold tires. But now we got another 20 laps. 20 laps ahead of us before our final pit stop. Only 2 pit stops needed here in these tires. That is good. Nice, 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 nice. Let's see if we can't get let's see if we can't put these guys a lap down again. It's gonna be a little bit difficult because when we're on cold tires, we're not exactly quick on cold tires. It takes about 3 to 4 laps for these to get up to temperature. And we're on the start of lap 2 of this stint, so it takes a little bit. Gosh, the race earlier today. In game, the air was 33C, because you got to get your tire pressures right and everything, right around the 27 psi. It means that as the tires are like heating up and everything, they got to a much higher temperature than they normally do. So you had to start them on a much lower pressure, which is genuinely crazy. Okay, that's probably not that far away from what the real one is. So pretty cool. But yeah, it was literally the entire race. It was me and the Mercedes AMG GT4, one guy in an Aston Martin GT4, another guy in a Porsche Cayman GT4, and it was literally just constant changing positions, back and forth, battling each other. And then because we was a multi-class of GT3s, we had to like navigate. We had to navigate kind of, getting overtaken by the faster class, facilitating the passes, and trying to do that without losing too much time to each other. It was fun. That was probably one of the most fun races I have had in a very long time, and I'm excited for the next one I get to do for that series. Like I genuinely like the GT3, GT4 multi-class. And that is really, really fun. Alright, here it is. Oh, rip. This is the last place car here. Yeah, let's not pound into the back of them. Let's not pound into the back of them. Oh, hi there. Hi there. Yeah, the Japanese gentleman's agreement, where everyone's like, yeah, we'll totally limit the horsepower of our vehicles. Don't worry, wink, wink, nudge, nudge. We would never lie about our horsepower figures and just keep making our engines more and more powerful. Nah. We'll keep it kosher. And then, like, literally no one actually did, and was like, oh yeah, whoops. We kind of absolutely put the power down. we made some monsters. Oh. Alright, the Pennzoil's pitting. The Pennzoil's pitting. Alright, here we go. More speed, more power, more grip. This is what I like. Got a lot of clear air ahead of us now. Yeah, you had mentioned that as well, the V8 version. Makes you wonder if Nissan ever. Granted, I'm imagining the added weight would probably mess up the weight balance even more of the GTR, because it's already a little bit front heavy. Having a V8 up front, maybe even, like, unless it's like aluminum block or something, that might genuinely be a very front heavy vehicle. Yeah, this thing here, this is a beast. I'm loving this. I am absolutely loving this. Easy through the corners. Easy through the corners. There we go. Yeah, it's just a lot of material though. So we will see. Alright, good, another 150. Ooh! New fastest lap. And with a 355. 355 mentioned. 355, my beloved. Yeah, that's quite quick. That is very quick. Oh god, I can't believe I laughed so hard. What's funny for JGT? Alright, easy through the corners. Let's see if we can't make it to another, to lap 40 on these tires. Yeah, I guess if we get to the front, kind of, the front body panel is lighter weight and everything. Move some things to the rear, you could probably get it similar. Kind of shaved tonight. I feel gross. I've not shaved in a little bit. I need to shave. Yeah, I'm gonna shave tonight. Searching random memes. Okay. I'm a little bit scared. There's some memes out there that are a little bit spicy, but alright. Oh, a little bit of unnecessary there. That was completely the wrong line for that corner. It makes sense, it is a Le Mans engine. And was... Wait, what do I need to... What? Okay. I'm not sure where this is going. Alright, we got 3 more up ahead. Let's see if we can't lap them. Probably in about 3 laps, I think. Yeah, three-ish laps. Maybe 4. Come on. Let's push the super to the limits. See if we can't get even quicker. Because I know eventually the oil starts to go bad and we start losing a little bit of power. We're at 77 miles complete so far. So we're getting close to around the halfway point, 30 laps. I'll have to see if that's around like 90 some miles. Or if the game lied to us about it actually being 300 kilometer. Oh, I love the Mistachrome. It's a shame that it would be cool if Ford kind of brought back Mistachrome for like the newer Mustangs and everything. That's such a cool vehicle. It's such a cool color. Probably really expensive to make though. Absolutely love that. I always had a soft spot for like the pearl and like the kind of color shift colors and everything. I really like the look of those types of cars. Granted, it's gotta be like certain types of vehicles though. Like some vehicles don't quite look good in it, but like the ones that do, especially like, you know, kind of like the more like American muscle cars. I did 2017 Ford GT, but it was the one. Ah, bruh. Like I would unironically, I would love to see like Mistachrome on like the modern Mustangs, or if nothing else, like especially for like a special event, have one of the factory-backed Mustang GT3s in like a Mistachrome livery. Dude, that would be so cool. Like have one of them in like a Mistachrome livery for like Le Mans. Like that would be awesome. Special order in Ford City could only be the only one. I mean, if you're ever gonna make a modern Ford Mistachrome, yeah, the GT as a special order will probably be, you know, be the way to go. Yeah, all for like a limited run of like 10 GTDs of Mistachrome. Like 10, 15-ish, like around that range. That would be cool. But like, imagine like either like Le Mans or like the Daytona 24 with all the lights reflecting off of it at night. Misty. Yeah, they can call like the updated color that. But like imagine like a special like GT3 livery for one of their like factory back cars, either Le Mans or Daytona, for like a special like one-off. Dude, that would be so cool. Could even use that as like a means of, you know, promoting, you know, the one like the you know, super rare production GTD with that color. That'd be cool. That would unironically be really cool. Ford, do it. Ford, if you're watching this stream, do it. Do it, Ford. Yeah. A concept car, mid-engine kind of sports vehicle. Never entered production, but they did learn a lot about, you know, like the forward drive systems and everything from that as like a case study and experimental vehicle. Yeah. Shame I never made production though. Wouldn't have been another cool mid-engine performance vehicle from Japan. But unfortunately, some things just weren't meant to be. Whew, a little bit EP there. Alright, back again to the right. To the right, to the right, to the right, to the right now. Yeah, I guess that is one of the benefits of automation. Is you can kind of, you know, do like the what if scenarios and everything from automotive history. Because you have all the time and everything, the potential to, you know, get it right. Setting to remember something. Uh-oh. I'm scared. What are you starting to remember? I forgot. I remember. Ah, I miss Mume. I miss Mume. She was one of my Oshis from Hololive. And it was sad. It was sad seeing her graduating. Pain. Because basically out of all the Hololive members, both her and Gura were the two whose like past lives I had been subscribed to before they'd even debuted in Hololive. I was being reminded there was the new mid-engine console. Yeah, that was the mid 4. Now we were just talking about. Oh, there's the. Ooh, 149s. Very, very nice. We're getting quicker. We are getting ever quicker. Yeah, I imagine the lack of the drive shaft and everything probably helps with the weights. I can't 602 minute. That is painful. Ow, hi. All the time you have to give us space. A little bit of understeer there. Gotta be a little bit careful. Gotta be a little bit careful there, I think. They don't have front dips. They don't? That could have... There's gotta be something to transfer the power to both front wheels. Oh, okay, yeah, open differential, yeah. If I remember correctly, it's because the Skyline is already... Yeah, it's because of the Atessa, as well as the full steering on the later Skylines. That kind of helps with it. So there isn't really a need for the there isn't really a need for the limited slip differential up front, because the other systems can manage. Could you imagine a Honda, like a production Honda with a V10? That'd be terrifying. It'd be gorgeous, but it'd be terrifying. Like, honestly, one Honda vehicle I genuinely wish had actually entered production was the HSV 010. The kind of the front engine sports car that they were potentially going to produce in the late 2000s, early 2010s. That thing in the JGTC looked and sounded gorgeous, and it's a shame. It is a damn shame that there was no production version, because holy moly, that vehicle just, so good, so good. Like, holy moly. Like that vehicle genuinely, like, cause I've watched some of like the older races on YouTube and everything from that time period, and it sounds so good. V10 kicked in, bro. It is a bit of a shame that we don't really have any more V10s. Lamborghini's moving to the V8 turbocharged. Viper's no longer here. No LFA. Porsche's going with the V8s in the box of 6s. Just a pain. Pain, Pecco. Oh, I mean, with an engine that big, you can maybe put it in a boat, right? Maybe. Alright, come on, let's get through here. We're past the halfway point. I think we may actually be right at 180 kilometers. Which is pretty cool. Put in like a combine harvester? Awesome. I'm an international harvester. Chugga-lugga-lugga 5 miles an hour. Rolling up the road with my power. Something, da-da-da-da-da. Chugga-lugga-lugga 5 miles an hour. Am I international? I'm not sure it'd be safe to take that to 500 miles an hour. Probably not. Probably not. Yeah. Like you were generating a lot of heat and a lot of stress on a lot of components. Something is bound to fail. Everything is bound to fail. No reliability issues. Making that much power. Uh-huh. Yeah, exit out. Exit out. Oh, hey yo. There's somebody ahead of us. Let's go get him. Hey, buddy. Alright, in about 7 laps, we're pitting for a final time. Honestly, this has been great, though. Like, these tires are actually lasting kind of like how actual endurance tires are supposed to. I got something in my eye. Hang on. My apologies. I genuinely have something in my eye. Alright, that got it out, I think. Yeah, there we go. Oh my gosh, I just said that. Nope, never mind, it's still there. Ah! Why? Okay, I think that's good. I think that's good. I think that's good. That's probably good. Yeah, okay. Oh my gosh, so much better. My neck is broken. Just a little bit. I was just trying to get the stuff out of my eye. Hey yo, I'm still here. I'm still alongside you. Beep boop. Can we over-runner on them? Yeah, we can. Oh, that definitely shows that we are losing a little bit of pace here. Our tires are dying. But we can make it last a little bit longer. I imagine it's quite loud. An engine that big, you're moving a lot of air through it. It's gonna make quite a bit of noise. Gosh, the sheer amount of fuel it requires. Easy through the corners. There we go. You were getting gallons per mile at that rate. You were getting gallons per mile. Like brethren. I definitely not a daily driver. Throttle too. Yeah, I don't think that is daily driver material. Gosh, imagine an update to automation where you can make power boats. Putting an engine like that in a super speed boat. That'd be interesting. I get. Yeah, I can imagine. No, wow. That's rubbish. Boo. Boo! Boo! I want my money back. Like, I can understand not doing boats and everything, you know, entirely different thing to simulate all that stuff. But really? No rotaries? Except W and VRs have been used on a fairly solid amount of vehicles. Like, that's not exactly a rare engine. That's not exactly a rare engine to either of those, so that just seems a little bit strange. Like, especially the W's. Like, you got the Bugattis, you got the Bentleys, you got the VW Phaeton. H's. Like boxer engines? Like horizontally opposed engines. I need a little bit more context on the H engines. The box won't go higher than 6 and haven't added to the so no Ferrari Testarossa from the 80s. Damn. H2 box. Oh, okay. Right. Is there any vehicle that uses an H engine then? Like the actual production vehicle. Because to my knowledge, I don't think I've seen anything like that. I never raced it. Okay, yeah, so probably like, you know, super experimental. That one I can kind of understand. But like W's, VRs, and like, you know, more pistons on boxers or flat engines seems a little bit silly, especially considering the fact that for a time period, Ferrari was known for almost as much for their boxer engine or the flat engines as they were for their V12s. Like, come on now. Like, you literally have one of the most iconic cars of the 80s. Multiple Formula 1, you know, race cars and everything. And it's just a bit silly. Flashy, blue flags coming through. Just not. Wow. Okay. That's a little bit. It's a little bit interesting. So they had turbochargers for a while, but only just added superchargers. Despite the fact that it's probably easier to simulate a supercharger given its linear power delivery and linear boost delivery being directly proportional to RPM. And then they got it. Yeah, that's just strange. I don't know. That's just strange. Anyway, 2 more laps until our next and final pit stop. Fairly solid times overall. We are making this work, and then we'll do the arcade motor races. And then we will see. Yeah, I know that much, but you'd think it'd be easier to simulate all that with a supercharger than with a turbocharger. It's just strange that they got, you know, the turbochargers in working and as a core feature for considerably longer than they had the superchargers in. You'd think it'd be the other way around, especially because superchargers also predate turbocharging on vehicles. I had fairly considerable time frame. More I guess, yeah. I mean, kind of. There's still a very large number of vehicles that came factory with a supercharger. Especially like if you go through automotive history, which I believe, you know, automation does simulate automotive history as well. Like there's a decent amount. Yeah. Basically, you just have two cylinder banks per cylinder bank. I many opinions that doesn't want more? I mean, kind of understandable, given the fact that, you know, I imagine it is a lot to do. But in the same token, like, you know, if you've come this far, if anything, you know, make it like a DLC if you want more people to, like, you know, pay for it and stuff. So that they can continue to, you know, add more content and more, you know, all of that stuff. I'm sure there are plenty of people that would pay, you know, $5-10 to be able to add, you know, superchargers to their engines and everything. I think that's probably a reasonable amount to pay to compensate the devs for their work, for the sheer amount of people that would buy that. It's not out of the diagram for all the way to the car is cinematic scenario. The only DLC is the V6, bruh. Like, come on, they could definitely do like Boxer 12 DLC, or Flat 12 DLC, one or the other. You know, the VR DLC, the W Engine DLC, the Rotary DLC. I think that, you know, more than justify kind of like the work and everything. And heck, if they're adding the V16, there's more vehicles with the rotaries than there have been with V16s. I also said no to you. Okay. That is certainly a choice. Like, don't get me wrong, I personally am not a fan of diesel engines. But even I still recognize their importance in automotive history and automotive engineering. I know that they have, you know, a section of people that enjoy them. Diesel rotary. Would a rotary even be able to make the compression needed to functionally beat diesel? I don't think so. With enough money yet. I mean, I guess, but it would probably, you'd be spending a lot of money for probably a really crappy diesel. Like, I can't imagine the inherent design of the rotary would lend itself well to get the you know, the high enough compression ratio to do diesel stuff. I'd do it for the novelty. That would sound so weird too. Great, so when you roll coal, you're also still burning oil. Yeah, I ain't sure about that. I'm not sure about that. Come on, final stint. Let's make this happen. Let's make this happen, people. We be vibing. Honestly, with the way rotary is kind of like being run at high RPMs and consistently instead of constantly, like, you know, changing their RPMs, I'm surprised someone hasn't tried using like the Wonko engines in like an ultralight, like, you know, the powered gliders, The super compact, they probably do fairly well there. You know, reduce the weight, fairly easy to maintain. I mean, you know, less moving parts and everything, less failure points. You'd think that'd probably be alright. You don't even need that much torque as well. Unlike other type of like passenger aircraft. They'd probably be fairly inexpensive. Like I'd definitely try that. But yeah, in automation, you can let us make big rigs and flatbeds as well as other vehicles. Yeah, that's weird. Because you need that extra torque. Like you genuinely need that like extra torque for like the hauling and everything. Alright, tires are starting to come up to temp now. Temp and pressure, temp and pressure. Honestly, the case of prominent mark. Okay. I'm a little bit confused. I'm not sure what the issues with that one. Like, yeah, the UK is genuinely a prominent market. Because you have the right-hand drive vehicles and everything. As well as genuinely different needs for the different infrastructure that exists in the UK. So I'm not quite... Oh, in a sense that like between the heavy duty trucks and as well as like the lightweight diesel hatchbacks and everything, the fact that there's no diesel just doesn't make sense because those are markets and niches that rely on diesel usage. Okay. I understand now. I understand now. I was a little bit confused at first. So I was trying to figure out, okay, what is the point for that of mentioning UK as a primary market? But no, okay, that makes sense now. Thank you for the clarification. Yeah. Oh yeah, for automation. If you're gonna be making vehicles for like cold climates like Canada and Russia, are you able to make the engine have a block heater? Because for like the super cold climates, that is kind of necessary. A what? A block heater. So in really cold climates, you know, where it gets to like, you know, below zero consistently during winter and everything. Mainly like Canada, Russia, like Finland, Sweden, that type of stuff, you know. Way up north. Some cars come with what's known as a block heater. And what that does is that helps get the engine warmed up before you actually start the engine, because cold, really cold engines, you know, they have a lot of trouble running. You know, you get the oil that's super thick, so you end up with a lot of engine wear and tear until the oil actually, you know, warms up and gets moving around. So that kind of helps prevent some of that. Oh, not that I know of. At least I don't know. Okay. Might just do it on its own, depending on the region it's sold in the vehicles. Fair enough. Fair enough. But yeah, definitely recommend looking up how block heaters work and everything like that. It's really, really cool. And kind of like an extra little piece of like automotive engineering tidbits. That really kind of shows, you know, the importance of designing for like different regional markets and taking into consideration like weather as well. There's also online different documentation for, especially back in the older days, for how to adjust carburetors for different vehicles in higher altitudes, like in Colorado and stuff like that, and how to adjust the air-fuel ratio when going up and down mountains. There is genuine like technical service bulletins out there on the interwebs that showcase how to do it, which is super cool because it's not something you usually think about, especially nowadays in modern cars, where it's kind of more automatically adjusted for, you know, because you have the mass airflow sensor and the manifold air pressure sensor that then adjusts things like, you know, the how much fuel gets in and everything like that. Back then it was all mechanical, so it was, you know, you had to manually adjust that going up and down the mountains and everything at different altitudes, which is super cool. There was a lot of like the technical service bulletins and everything that were released, especially like in states like Colorado and that type of stuff, and also like, you know, other high altitude areas. Like I believe Mexico City has a bunch of in Spanish documentation you can find for like that region. Mexico City is like crazy high altitude as well. It's like 7,000 feet in the air, something like that. It's high up to the point where like when F1 races there, they gotta have like all the ductworks like way open on all the cars because they don't want anything overheating. Because as you get higher up, the air becomes less dense, which makes things like cooling much more difficult. They also gotta run like max wing, even though it's, you know, kind of a bit more of a higher speed track, just because getting downforce is genuinely difficult. See, it is crazy just how much, like, you know, the different weather and regional effects and everything affect how you design and like change your vehicle as well. That's fun little tidbits. Got a turbo per cylinder in that engine there. Gosh, I really hope Gran Turismo has actual endurance races in it. Please, we finally have the grid size for it. We got the variety of tracks, we got the sheer variety of vehicles. Give us endurance races at Polyphony. Like, they had so much ambition early on without the technical specs to really make that happen. But, like, I genuinely want to see that type of stuff in, like, the later games. Now that they can do it, they just don't for some reason, and it's sad. It's big sad. Automation, it's the same way depending on which market. Okay. I can definitely feel the engine, it's a little bit less powerful now. I'm not quite reaching the same speeds as I was at the end of a lot of the straights. I'm at like a 1 or 2 miles an hour slower. Oil was starting to go just a little bit bad. But I mean, we only got 13 laps to go and change. So not that much further. We are pushing This is gonna be one endurance race we complete. Hopefully we get an open wheel car. I'm begging this game for an open wheel car. And then we will also complete all the arcade mode races. And then we can start with what we plan for tomorrow. Yeah, makes sense as well, because different countries have different, like, you know, regulations and everything. Interesting, interesting. Boop. Nice and smooth through here. Oh my gosh, everyone else is on the other side of the track. But no, seriously, like imagine like full like 24 car grids and everything like that for endurance races. Even if they just start kind of like getting their toes wet with like kind of like, you know, a few like 2, 3, 4 hour endurance races, no crazy 24-hour stuff. Like start at least with that, and then gradually get some of the longer stuff in. Like imagine being able to do Petit Le Mans in like Gran Turismo 8. Please, you got the track, you got all the cars for it. Kind of. You at least have GT3 and like, you know, the LMP cars to kind of do a pseudo Petit Le Mans. Like that would be fun. Get really good at one thing instead of so no jack of all trades, mid-sized sedans. I see, I see. A bit unfortunate that the game's like, there are some like, you know, brands out there that are kind of, you know, built around, you know, being that kind of jack of all trades, you know, family vehicle. You know, we got kind of a little bit of everything that's, you know, pretty decent type of, you know, brands. Because you don't want to have, you know, one brand that just kind of makes like the same type of car, but like, you know, massively the, you know, 4 or 5 different versions of it. You can't actually make a jack of all trades car with the crash. It just needs to be. Okay, fair enough. Good. Just a solid, reliable, affordable mid-sized sedan. Should sell well, right? I mean, look at the Corolla. Or the Camry. I guess the Camry is probably the better option. The Accord, you know. That type of stuff. The common commuter cars. There we go. Nice and speedy. Yum. Oh gosh, they're within a tenth of each other. 2 laps back to back within a tenth of each other. I will take that. That is, we are becoming a human stopwatch. Can we do it 3 for 3? Can we do it 3 for 3? I don't know. Oh, okay. Fair enough. So it's basically start in one niche first and then gradually kind of expand. But at least have your dedicated niche in like research kind of, you know, at least started developing before you just kind of go everywhere. Gotcha. And if you are gonna expand, you know, expand into something that's kind of like adjacent to what your niche is, instead of just kind of going like, all right, microcar, bus, supercar, economy vehicle, truck. It's, you know, kind of like go like, you know, small car, all right, mid-sized sedan. All right, kind of sporty hot hatch. Okay, now like maybe sports car. Gotcha. Hi there. Yeah, so if you make like a bunch of like inline fours, that's kind of like your niche and everything. You kind of put them in everything. Okay, fair enough. Alright, there's the Supra. There is the soup. Are we ready for the soup? He is buying clothes at the soup store, but we are gonna get past the soup store. Maybe. We're still right behind the soup. Ooh, side by side with the soup. There we go, ahead of the soup now. True. Like you wouldn't expect Mini to make, you know, a monster truck. Or like, you know, like a pickup truck or whatever. Yes. I do like the custom headlights on the Denso Side Super though. Really cool. Really kind of complements the livery and makes it, you know, a unique vehicle. Alright, what's that up ahead? That's the Arta NSX. I see that orange paint job. I'm coming for you, buddy. I am coming for you, buddy. Hi there. Hi there. Hey, buddy. Oh, I'm gonna pass you. We should be able to get ahead of all of these guys one more time for the end of the race, I think. Yeah, it makes sense. You're based out of the country. That'll probably be like your main market, right? Probably. Ooh. Yeah, I'm glad I backed out of that. I almost stuck my nose where it shouldn't have been. Alright, I gotta get ahead of the NSX soon. Because we were running out of time to catch the two ahead of us. The Penzo GTR and the Rayburg NSX. There we go. We are giving them the slipstream though, so that's not exactly great. Yeah, I don't think we're gonna be doing 30 miles in 8 laps. I don't think so. But we'll probably be getting pretty close to 180 total miles by the end of the race. We got two more races just up ahead. 2 more races just up ahead. Let's do this. Let's do this. Oh boy, easy through here. Easy through here. Yeah, we're alright. We're alright. Back again to the right. There we go. Good stuff. Good stuff here. Even virtually Gillish was causing pain. Fun. Fun, fun, fun. Yeah, even when I'm absolutely pushing, we're not getting back into the 49s. The oil is gone. The oil is gone rancid. And that is not currently feasible. Alright, hi there, buddy. Oh wait, that's the Loctite, the Zexo Loctite at GTR. So, hang on. So then up ahead is the Pennzoil. Yeah, because I saw a flashy yellow up there. Yep, I saw the flashy yellow heading around the corner. Region lock cars. No export for you, United States. Yeah, you want this high performance version? Sorry. No can do. Pain, Pecco. Oh, I see you. I see you there. Come on, we're gonna catch the Pennzoil. We're gonna catch him. Alright, another 150. Not bad. Not a bad lap time. I like how we were literally exactly 1/10 of a second off. SUVs everywhere but the US. Doing the Lord's work. Other countries get SUVs. US, no thank you. Please, I drive a little Corolla. I got dinner out earlier tonight. And I parked in an empty space at the convenience store. And when I came out with my food, like literally, I had two SUVs on both sides of me, and it was a pain trying to get pulled out. Like, bruh, why would you do that? Imagine stiff competition. All right, 5 to go, people. Come on. Let's do this. Can we get an open wheeler as well? Please. I am begging for an open wheeler. I am begging for an open wheeler. Can we do it? Can we do it, chat? Do you feel it, chat? Can you feel it, chat? I can feel it, chat. Remember I was selling the Beetle for 80? Ah, just like actual Volkswagen. Seriously. In certain markets, the Beetle was sold up until literally the new Beetle came out. And even then, there were dealerships that was still selling like excess stock a couple years afterwards. So you had both the new Beetle and the old Beetle available for sale at times. Like, that is crazy. Like, just how long, like, of a time span that the old Beetle was sold for. That's crazy. That's crazy, man. Oop, alright, little bit wide. Little bit wide here. Not that far. Not that far to go. 4 to go. We're doing it. We're doing it, chat. That was maybe a little bit of a course cut there. That was maybe a little bit of a course cut. I say you cut the course. You have to slow down and give it the time gain. Have to set his kitty. Ah, cute little bean. That's alright. For the race earlier today, for the final like 3 laps, my cat crawled into my lap and just curled up there. Like, holy moly. On one hand, it was adorable. On the other hand, that made it very difficult because I was in the middle of a 3-way battle right into the very end. And like, jeez. That was very, very stressful because she just curled up purring. And I'm like, okay, you were adorable, but I need the race. So I had to be like extra smooth with my steering and throttle inputs to not, scare her. Cause she gets startled a little bit easily. Like she's an absolutely sweet, loving cat. But like there's definitely times when she's like, oh my gosh, human did something suddenly. Something's wrong. When in reality it's just I got up from the table after eating or whatever. And she's like, oh my gosh, it's the end of the world. Brrr, zoomies. Alright, the NSX is pitting. Come on, 3 to go. 3 to go. The true Italian car manufacturer experience. Creates one crazy, like, insane hypercar, dies. That sounds very Italian. The true Italian hypercar experience. The truest of true Italian hypercar experience. Alright, 2 to go, chat. Let's do it. The other NSX is pitting. So who's actually in the lead? I don't know. Once you lap them, the game starts telling you who's in second. Which is a little bit of a shame, because I do want to kind of see, one, how many times we have actually lapped people, and two, who actually is winning. Or who actually is in second place right now. Because I genuinely don't know. And I want to know, but I don't know. Oop, back again to the right. Back again to the right. I call it the explosiva stuff. Yeah, that is. Congrats, you have made the true Italian sports car experience. Alright, one more lap, come on! Chat, put your hands together! Chat, cheer! I wanna hear you cheering, chat! I wanna hear you screaming, chat! Yeah. I mean, 80s tech trying to get 250 miles an hour. Seems about right. Fonty, welcome! Hope you're welcome. Hope you're well. How have you been? How has been the vintage open wheel racing I've seen you been doing? Also, it is super killing. Sounds about right. We might actually be right at 180 miles at the end of this race. I forget exactly how long Grand Valley is, but we might be like right there. Maybe. No, we'll be just shy of 180 miles. So close to 300 kilometers. Pretty close to 300 kilometers. So this is a fun one. Yeah, we're almost there. We are almost there. I'm gonna test it out. We're putting a new camera angle for Nords in the March 731. Oh, V-Trek race yesterday went really well actually. I finished 4th overall, which is probably about as good as I could do given the fact that the top 3 are like esports level pace. 4th is probably the best I can hope for in most races without them like wrecking or whatever. Yet just shy of the 180 miles. Woo! We have done it, chat. Okay, so it's the 2 NSXs, then yeah, the Supra. Holy moly. That is awesome. Guess what engine is in it? V16? Probably V16. That sounds pretty good. I liked it. Okay, so on one hand, genuinely I've not gotten this car before. So this is super cool. I'm hoping this is usable in the Polyphony Digital Cup, because that'll be a really fun car to drive. On the other hand, I was really hoping for a vehicle for the open wheel vehicle, because we got a Laguna Seca 200-mile race, Got a 2-hour Rome race. We got the special stage all-night race, and we got the 150 miles. I think next endurance race we do will be the 150 miles. Probably. Because we need an open wheeler. We only have 4 endurance races left that could potentially give us an open wheeler. And we are struggling. We are on the struggle bus. And I don't like being on the struggle bus. Anyway, I am gonna save. I'm not gonna end the stream, but I am gonna save. And then we are gonna continue in the arcade mode races. So let's do this. Let's do this. Let's do this, chat. Alright, let's see. What in F? All of them in F. Got it. Okay, Special Stage Route 5, Special Stage Route 5 2, Tahiti Maze 2, Special Stage Route 11 2, April Hill 2. Okay. Yeah, that is fine. Oh, okay. This is both the wet versions. The wet version for both directions. That is fine. Ooh, R390. Yeah, we'll do that. Not bad. Not bad. Alright, 4 racers here, 4 cars in the wet. I think we might be kind of a little bit overkill, but I don't care. I'm having fun with this. Holy cow. Okay, fast. Fast. Very fast. Very fast. Oh, it's so fast. I'm proud of North American person driving the oh, the carousel. I love that turn. That part is really fun. Plus, it's basically kind of like the point where you're like, okay, you're most of the way through. Just keep your head down and get through the rest. Now you have a bunch of higher speed corners to get through. Yeah, Mamma Mia indeed. Holy mo- oh my god, the speed of this! The speed of this! 108, oh gosh, okay. Easy, easy. Easy, Tiger. Easy there, Tiger. 180 is a little bit scary. 180 is very scary. In the wet. Alright, I think that's probably a 3rd gear corner there. 2nd gear and bounce got development too quickly. Deja vu, I've been in this place before. Higher on the street, and I know it's a place to go. Holding you, and the such is a mystery. Standing on my feet, it's so hard when I try to be me. Whoa, deja vu, I've just been in this time before. Higher on the beat. And one of those cars blew up in BeamNG. So now there's only one surviving example. The speed of this, though. Holy moly. Jeez. Like the downforce, the overall performance level of this in the wet is a little bit scary. Like, I don't think it's actually this quick in IRL. Holy cow. This is quick. This is very, very, very quick. Nice. Very nice through here. Oh, okay, less nice there. Don't bump off the wall. Don't bounce off the wall. Yeah, a little bit slower this lap by about half a second. I'm gonna go a little bit quicker. I'm gonna try to go a little bit quicker. Got 2 laps left. This thing is a psychotic little machine. But I am absolutely loving it. The sheer speed at which you can just take these corners is just crazy. I like it though. I like it a lot. I like the performance of it. I like how it handles. Average Italian experience there. Keep it steady, keep it under control. My word. This thing is nice. This thing is super nice to drive. Makes me wonder how the road car would drive. I kind of want to try the road car now. Hopefully I can use that in the Polyphony Digital Cup. Hopefully it won't be overpowered. It might be. It might be. But I don't know. What series is the R390 built for again? So the R390 was built for GT1 classification, alongside things like the Toyota TS020 and the Mercedes CLK GTR, which eventually became the CLR. IRL, the R390 wasn't super competitive, but in especially Gran Turismo 3, it's genuinely very quick. So, you know. I'm gonna go to knock off R390. Yeah, I mean, it is the specs of it are fairly detailed. If you already built the engine for the V8 engine, you could probably just plop that in right there. There we go. Heck yeah. Alrighty. That was great. It's another race done. Another one bites the dust. Hey, dum, boom, boom. Another one bites the dust. Another one gone. Another one gone. Another one bites the dust. Hey, hey. I'm gonna get you too. Another one bites the dust. Ooh. Tuscan Speed 6. I mean, a solid one to use. Super lightweight, agile. Yeah, let's use this at Apricot Hill. In fact, the R390 is still the faster amount of top speed. Really? What was its top speed? That's impressive that it's managed to stand the test of time that long. British driver moment. Yeah, no driver aids, no airbags. Oh, the Zonda. Oh god, not the Zonda. I forgot about the Zonda. 220-ish. Dang, that's pretty impressive. It's not bad. Okay, too deep on the brakes there. Yeah, all right, we need to catch that Zonda. They got 6 more cylinders than us, but we can still catch them, I think. The Zonda seems to really not really punch. It seems to punch well below its weight in this game. I don't know why. Ace Workout doesn't count as built in Monaco. Yeah, I can't imagine too many other Japanese cars getting close. What's the like the GTR and NSX are like, you know, like right around like just below 200, right? I think. And those are kind of like the upper end of like straight line speed, I think, in terms of like Japanese cars. Whoa, easy sticking your nose there, buddy. Yeah, I guess that one's an interesting one of like, does it count as a Japanese car if it's primarily built elsewhere? I don't know. I don't know. Gosh, that looks so gorgeous. I love the Tuscan. NSX is like 198 and the GTR is like 200. Yeah, like right around at just under 200. A company that owns Ace is a medical company. Ah, I see. They're creating their own customers for the car that fast. Because it'll literally give them a heart attack with that rapid acceleration. I see. Smart. What about the LFA? What did the LFA top out at? I'm trying to remember what the LFA topped out at. Because that was like 205, right? 210? Let's look at the acceleration record for recent future. Maybe? I'm not sure. It seems like recently, every company is like just barely breaking like a whole bunch of records everywhere. It's like, oh, this is the new fastest one. Oh, no, this is slightly faster. No, this one's slightly faster. On one end, it's great, on the other end, it's genuinely difficult to keep up with it. Like what used to be like generational leaps are like happening like every like year or so now. It's kind of crazy. Yeah, 211. Okay, yeah, right around there. So yeah, the not quite 220 then. LFA is probably the closest then. But like Japanese cars. I wonder if the new vehicle Lexus is making, the LFA successor, would break at. Maybe. It's a possibility. It is a very real possibility. Yeah. I'm a little bit disappointed we didn't get an open wheeler. But on the other hand, I am still excited that we got, you know, something like that. Maybe. Okay, is it just me? Or does legitimately the Tuscan Speed 6 in this game, it sounds almost kind of diesel-ish. And I don't know why. Like, my mind, when hearing this vehicle sound, is saying diesel engine. But it just feels really weird. TBR tractor. Yeah, a little bit. It sounds so strange. It sounds a little bit it sounds interesting. Anyway, final lap. Let's do this. Okay, a little bit spicy on entry there. There we go, back to the left. Back to the right. Here we go, here we go. It's like Gran Turismo have good sound. I mean, true. But like, it just sounds interesting. It sounds interesting. Yeah. For what it's worth though, and as much as I criticize GT7, it does have genuinely good like vehicle sounds. So that is one thing that they have done, you know, really well, is get their sound design in order. The vehicles sound, you know, like they're supposed to and everything. But yeah. Two, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. There we go, new fastest lap as well. Another trophy for the trophy cabinet. I'll take that. You see the CX-9 console cover? That was the like the Vision Gran Turismo one, right? I think. If so, yes. It's an interesting one. If not that one, then no, I have not. I'll do Special Stage Route 11 later. I would do Special Stage Route 11 later. Let's use the Corolla. Let's use the Corolla for the final rally race of the game. It wasn't made for Gran Turismo, but it was featured. Okay, yeah. No, I've seen it. Really cool looking. I don't know why they keep posting me up against the Citroen. Like, yeah, the Citroen is quick, but it's an F2 car. It's not a WRC machine. Look at a Corolla. Look, I love my Corolla, and I'm driving a Corolla, because it's fun to drive the Corolla. So I am driving the Corolla. And it's got good speed. Very agile through the corners. Like this is a nice one. Venezuela, Twitter, Corolla, those are familiar. I'm not sure I'm familiar with that one. You have to send it to me in like Discord or whatever. Cause I've not. If I have seen it, I'm not sure. I'm not sure I remember it. But, oh my god, it's a shame we never got this generation of Corolla in the States. It genuinely looks really, really nice. I like the look of it. I kind of like the rounded headlights and everything. Someone that became a meme. It's still not ringing a bell, man. Oh, with the jumping through the sun. Okay, yeah. Got it. That one. Okay, yes, I have seen that one. Honestly, pretty cool though. The fact that they did that. Yeah, it takes a lot of work to make a like kind of more mundane car seem exciting. And you know, it's charming. It's got personality. It's got personality. Peak advertising. Yeah, exactly. It's just peak. Yeah. This is really cool stuff. It's like in the early 2000s, late 90s, and 2000s, when even like mundane cars were beginning to get ABS and everything. So like they had ABS badges to let them know, hey, this car is safe. It can help stop without locking up the brakes. Smooth through there. I miss the Tahiti maze, man. Like we need more of like the old rally tracks back in like Gran Turismo. These tracks are just iconic, and just seeing them with modern like graphics would be just so cool. Genuinely. Like especially like the Tahiti trio. I mean, I'm gonna gotta limit and do the Tahiti trio, Tahiti circuit, Tahiti challenge, and Tahiti maze. All of them are just super cool. I would love to see them back with like modern graphics. It's just seeing you know the animations and everything, you know, the palm trees swing in the breeze. Even having variable weather as well would be super cool. Like, come on, Polyphony, make it happen. Even if you're making it more so a track for like you know more road-going vehicles and everything, it would be you know, it'd be super cool. Which Corolla is this? Oh, I forget the generation number, but it was like European and Japanese only. The US never got this generation of Corolla. I can't remember the exact chassis code for it, but it's one that like only Europe and Japan got. We never got it in the States, which is a shame. I like the look of it. I genuinely think it looks really cool, even outside of the WRC like body kit and everything. You wanna? No, gosh, no. Because that was when the Treno and Levin separated from the Corolla chassis. It kind of became like their own vehicles, kind of. It's like the E109, I think. No, I forget the actual chassis code, but it's not the 111. Definitely not the 111. The 111 was notchback only, and this is hatchback. I'll have to look up after this lap. I will have to look it up after this lap. So in another like minute and a half or so, you will know. Why is this dealer taking this? I've been standing here for 30 minutes. I need my things. Why is this dealer? Final hairpins. We have to say goodbye to Tahiti Miz. No more Dutch, no more Tahiti. No plans. Nice. Okay. So let's see what it was. It was based off of the E110, so not the E109, the E110. So I was one number off. I was one number off. It was the E110 chassis. We never got the E110 in the States, I think. Yeah, we never got the E110 in the States. No, not a E110, E110. Just E110. The AE110 is an entirely different chassis altogether. As that was more so when, like, again, the 11-inch Renault had kind of separated themselves from the Corolla platform. Then the same way the Celica and the Supra separated themselves. Just E110. But yeah, that was confusing. Yeah, I know. Still love them though. Love my Corolla. My wife's Corolla, I like less. Despite the fact that it's newer. I don't like as much how it drives. It's got a very soft throttle pedal, which makes long distance drives more painful. On the fittest peak automotive. Unironically, I wouldn't mind a manual fit. It'd be a fun kind of daily driver. And there's a decent aftermarket for them as well, so I can, get, some decent suspension. Some slightly better brakes, have a slightly sportier ride. Probably wouldn't do too much to the engine. But, a little bit better handling just to kind of enjoy driving. Especially because my route to my work now takes me through some twistier roads. Who happen to say they drive us, but I don't doubt it. It's in the same vein that, people actually really like the driving characteristics of the original Honda Insight, especially the manual versions of those. I've heard people say that those are genuinely really good driver's cars too. Seriously, oh. That's a shame. Like, that one was so hyped up when it came out, and it just didn't sell well. Big shame there. Nice and smooth. Yeah, it was. It's a shame. It's a shame that it didn't sell well. This was just super cool. Honestly, that is another kind of like, you know, Honda vehicle I wouldn't mind owning. Especially a manual version. That'd be a fun one. That would generally be a fun daily driver. I would totally vibe with that. And you're happy to go start it. For real. Because you still get the driver, you know, driving characteristics and everything. Then you get the fuel saving too. It's nice. Alright. Nice and easy through here. Nice and easy through here. There we go, there we go. Imagine do it to the acrylic. Ooh, please. I'm begging them. I genuinely consider that. As much as I love my Corolla, I also recognize that it is getting up there in age. And rust is starting to become a genuine factor, and I'm a little bit concerned about that. I'm doing my best to preserve it and everything to the best of my abilities. But, I can't imagine in a couple years I may need to go car shopping. Maybe. It is something that might be looming on the horizon. Then again, I had my Geo for a really long time. I'm going to try to have the Corolla for as long as I possibly can as well. Because I do genuinely like it. Like, the mechanicals are just solid, durable, all around. This is just natural weight reduction. It's a chassis rigidity reduction, that's what it is. Then again, I have literally doubled the mileage on it since I bought it. It's taken me to the ocean and back basically a dozen times now. It's taken me multiple business trips. I visited my friends in it multiple times up in Pennsylvania. It's been to Watkins Glen twice. I don't think that's how that works. But yeah, it is. Oh man, I want to conserve my little Corolla as much as I can. There we go through here. That's one thing I like about the GT300 cars. Unfortunately, they're not really used much in the Gran Turismo games. The GT300 car is an absolute blast to drive. They got downforce, they got grip. Like, they're not crazy fast, but they're still really, really fun. It's a shame that they don't get used that much in like any of the career modes. So they're just enjoyable. I mean, that's one way to do it, I guess. That is certainly one way to do it. And across the line. We only got one more arcade mode race left. I think that might be the last race of the night. Yeah, that'll probably be the last race of the night. I'm getting a little bit exhausted. Sound like phone over. Oh, geez, sorry to hear that, man. Hey, look, you're just in time for the last race of the night, Adachi. So hopefully you're well. Hopefully you're good. PC wasn't working. Jeez, rip. Lots of issues, man. Sorry to hear that. But hey, we just got done another endurance race, and we are finishing up the arcade mode races. This is the last one. And granted, it's on one of the longest tracks in the game. So it'll be a fun one. Yeah, this GT1 is an R390. It's literally 5 years when it might explode. Oh, jeez. Jeez, man, I'm sorry. Hopefully it doesn't explode. Ow. No, I get that, man. You know, rough day and everything like that. Hopefully I can make your day a little bit better. But yeah. Anyway, we got. You know what? I'll keep streaming for a little bit longer. I'll go till like 11. I'll go to 11. We'll have a little bit of fun. But I appreciate you coming into the stream though, Adachi, despite all the tech issues. Hopefully I would get that all sorted and all that. Ooh, that might be a little bit spicy. Come on, side by side. Yeah, I might do the midship challenge in the Elise next. I think that'd be the smart thing to do. Try to come when I can if possible. Yeah, no, for sure. And I appreciate that, man. I appreciate everyone stopping by. Like, I totally know everyone's got like their own lives and everything like that. They got, you know, the different things they gotta do. And it doesn't necessarily hurt me, like when people like don't show up, because I totally get, you know, that, you know, I don't want to force people to. But at the same time, it always makes me happy when people do show up as well. And just, even if it's just for a short time, I'm like, hey, it's good to see people, you know, seeing they're alright, you know, just seeing how they've been doing with their lives. As that's kind of one thing that people kind of forget a little bit, is at the end of the day, behind the screen, we are all real humans and everything. That's not that though. Well, I mean, like, you know, like, different problems and everything, you know, all that stuff, I totally get it. But like, I appreciate, you know, basically what I mean to say is I appreciate everyone that like comes by the streams and everything. It means a lot to me. It means so much. Alright, take care, JB. You have a great night, alright? Thanks for being by the stream. Thanks for keeping company for the endurance race. Yeah, I heard it. Uh-oh. Alright, well, make sure you get some rest, please. Do take care of yourself, alright? Yeah. We'll be vibing. We'll be vibing in a Ritz car. Oh gosh. Ow. Ow. Pain. Pain, Pecco. Alright, 2 laps down, 3 to go. And then we get to drive the Elise 190. Well, I think I'll do the midship challenge, yeah. We'll do that first, and then next stream we'll finish that up, and then do British GT, and then probably probably the Tuscan challenge next after that, I think would be a smart thing to do. Yeah. And then we'll see what's available for us after that. So we do have some good, a lot of championships to knock out. So we will see. Got some championships, we got some single race events still too. And we still need to get an open wheeler. Like we are genuinely running out of endurance races to do. We only got 4 left. And they're all, with the exception of the super speedway, they're all like the crazy long ones too. But I'm gonna do my best to try to get as much done. I wanna make sure I beat Gran Turismo 3 before the end of the year. That's kinda my goal. There we go. Keep it going. Keep it going. Oop. They won. 42, 43. Cross the line. There we go. Even quicker. Gosh, supposed to say Route 11 has a gorgeous track as well. All the lights, all the you know, the buildings and everything. The Ferris wheel that's lit up in the background. Always super cool. That's one thing I like racing. In Assetto Corsa Competizione, at nighttime, the Suzuka Ferris wheel is bright green as well. It's lit up and everything, and you're doing all the flashiness. I've seen the Ferris wheel in a while. Dude, unironically, I love Ferris wheels, man. I believe every, like, amusement park needs at least one Ferris wheel. Like, yeah, I get that they're, you know, like, not, like, the, you know, the thrill rides and everything, but they are an amusement park staple, like the merry-go-round as well. Like, you need to have, like, those types of rides in an amusement park. 100%. Like, you need those rides. Doing so many quick hits, I don't want to go in a... Fair. Yeah, I know they can be dangerous. I still ride them though. I probably shouldn't, but I do still. YOLO, am I right? But yeah, so some of them do scare me a little bit. Like, that's why you gotta make sure, like, you know, as an owner operator, like, they are, you know, kept super well maintained and everything. Oh, alright, a little bit spicy. But ever do quick hits unless they pay you them. Yeah, I imagine it's a lot of stress for very little reward and everything. But I mean, someone needs to do them for sure. It is a functional vertebrae of the backbone of our society. Is the jury by your peers. So that's why it is important to be educated. It is important to have a clear grasp of the law. And while it may not pay well, it is. I do still consider it a civic duty. Yeah, I do believe they should pay you more though. Like, I consider it a civic duty, but I do believe they should pay you more though. Like, seriously. Like, at the very least, compensate you like minimum wage. Genuinely. And if it goes longer than like 4 hours, you get a like per diem for lunch as well. Yeah, it's that's kind of unacceptable. Like, if you want to have, you know, especially in today's economy, if you want to have an accurate jury of your peers and everything like that, like you genuinely, I think they should at least, you know, compensate people for it. Did I beat all the arcade mode races? Yes, we have. All right, let's see what completion we're at. We gotta be getting close to 100. Are we over 80? 81.8. Hell yeah. We are over. We are over 180. Yeah, let's get nearly a 190 here. Thank you for the GGs, I appreciate that. Alright, let's do the mid-engine cup. Gosh, that honestly looks really good in that rose gold. Oh man. It looks good in that rose gold. I quite like that. Alright, so NA and Turbo both need a race done. Gran Turismo All-Stars. Alright, so let's see. We have done the Elise Trophy. So what do we need? Formula GT, 1. Like the Wind, 2. Polyphony Digital Cup, 3. Dream Car Championship, 4. TVR Challenge, 5. Clio, 6. GTR, 7. All Japan GT Championship, 8. All-Stars, 9. Turbo, 10. NA, 11. MR 12, World Championship 13, GT 14. Okay, so 14 series here, and then 4 endurance races. Alright. Let's do this, chat. Let's do this. Let's get ready to rumble. Oh gosh. That GT40 might murder us. I'm not sure this is a smart idea. I'm not sure this was a smart idea. But we will see. These are 10-lap races. Maybe we'll have the tire endurance that they won't have. Although the Ford GT is scary quick here. The Ford GT is scary quick here. Oh, understeer. Tires are still cold. Tires are still cold. Alright, we are holding them accountable though. We're not letting them get away on this track. We got a hyped up little K series engine in the rear. A Rover K series engine. And we are absolutely ready to tear them apart. Piece by piece. Okay, we are losing a little bit of time there. I do think they will probably pit around lap 7. Whereas I know for a fact that we can go the full 10 laps without pitting. So we just gotta carry on. We will catch them. We will catch them. Oh, please. I need my tires to heat up just a little bit, though. Ow. Okay. Can I not be driven through by the Zonda? Okay, the GT is really starting to pull ahead. Let's get a little bit of a slipstream on the Zonda. I am praying that we can make this work with our tire endurance. We should be able to. We should be able to. Wow, bro. Wow, bro. Womp womp. Holy moly, okay. Yeah, I am seeing the Zonda absolutely smoke its rears. So that may be maybe something we can use. What does Kuro mean? What is that from? Oh, alright, they're already starting to understeer. Oh, 7 seconds, come on. We gotta start gaining time on them quick. Noise before makes in Japan. Ah, okay. Oh, because we're bouncing around like crazy. Sometimes I used to say it for like calling a cow a moo-moo. I gotcha. Come on. We need to start gaining time on them, and fast. Our rears are starting to get grip. Front's not quite there. But hopefully they're gonna start running out of grip very soon. They've gotta start fading soon. Nope. That's not good. I want to know what kind of upgrades are in that Ford GT. Oh, that's gonna put us down to like 10 seconds back. That mistake there cost us. Shit. Okay, come on. We need to go. I'm not sure the Elise. I'm not sure the Elise is a good option here anymore. I'm a little bit concerned with this. My fronts still aren't actually getting up the temperature. Alright, if we're not gonna start gaining time on them by like lap 6, I think we might be cooked, chat. Because genuinely we are fading. But I am trying. I'm trying my hardest. If this doesn't work, we may need to switch to maybe an upgraded NSX. Yeah, an upgraded NSX might do us good. If we keep it naturally aspirated, could probably do half decently in the NA Cup as well. Alright, we're starting to gain time. We're starting to gain time now. Come on, let's make it work. Let's make it work. Recovery drive, let's go. Yes! Is it gonna be enough, though? We were almost 12 seconds back then. We need to basically gain a little over 2 seconds back a lap on average. Alright, so we're not quite there yet. But we're getting there. We are getting there. The car has come alive in the second half of the race. When I can avoid not understeering there. Oh, when I can avoid understeering there. Come on, the GT's gotta be pitting soon. Just trust the plan, trust the plan. The heck? Where did this speed come from again? Where did that speed come from? Alright, I basically need to gain 3 seconds a lap. I need them to start pitting. I need them to start pitting, and I need them to start pitting now. They've gotta be close to needing it. Genuinely, how? They need to pit. There's no way they haven't pit. Like, what? The fact that he's still gaining and pulling away is a little bit crazy. Like the Zondas, I don't think we're gonna win it. I don't think we're gonna win it. That GT is genuinely just too fast. If it was any other vehicle but the GT, I don't think we'd have an issue. Yeah, he's still not pitting. Like, we even set close to our fastest lap last lap. And it's still not enough. Like, if he doesn't pit that at the end of this lap, we are genuinely cooked. Which is kind of ridiculous, because, like, This is a solid vehicle. This should... Nah. Gosh. Okay. Alright, so... That's... We'll need a faster vehicle for that. Gosh. Alright, British GT we should be good for that though. It's not the Rome circuit. We'll do the British GT. We'll do a race or two of the British GT Cup. And that'll be yeah, this is a lot more manageable, I think. So this will be a lot more manageable. Well, we'll just have to find something that's even quicker for the mid-engine challenge. Because that Ford GT was on a whole another level. And that is terrifying. I have never pushed that hard in a car before in my life. And it was still just absolutely just evil. Just pulling away the entire time. Yeah, this will be the last race of the night. The Rome circuit race. Get at least one more race in. Holy cow, the MR challenge. Yeah, we would need something quick. We would need something absolutely rapid. Oh, hi there. Right now it's basically an Elise duel. The Motorsport Elise versus the Elise 190. Lost a little bit of ground there in that corner. But I'll catch it back up, don't worry. There we go, they got a little bit of a slide there. We got the slipstream and the overspeed out of that corner. Hey buddy, how's that rear wing doing for you? Whee! There we go, side by side. Whoop. Easy. Here we go. This is turning into a fun battle. Two-way fight for the lead here. Two high-powered flowers. There we go, up into the lead. Ooh, side by side to the high-speed left-hander. Ow. Gotta leave a little bit of space there, buddy. Ooh. Okay, a little bit of air there. Alright, back up into the lead. Back up into the lead. I gotta brake earlier there. I gotta definitely brake earlier there. That part literally is just causing all kinds of issues for me. A little bit of a suck. There we go, alongside. Okay. Not sure what they were trying to do there, but that was certainly a decision. Okay. Alright, let's see what we can do. Gotta get a little bit further ahead. Oh, there we go. Back out into the lead. Ever seen a cat eat Cheetos? Is your cat really trying to eat your Cheetos? That is the strangest... You have the silliest cat I have ever seen. I say that, my cat for some reason goes crazy over fried chicken. Like regular chicken too, but especially like fried chicken. Even though she really shouldn't, we have to like actively like, anytime we get like the Rural Farms chicken or whatever, we have to like actively like keep it away from her. It's the only time I've seen her like be mean. Welcome, PD. Hope you well. Flavored Cheetos. That is a good point. What flavored Cheetos do cats like the best? Eats Cheetos, Ruffles, and also delicious. Which is odd, because cats are technically lactose intolerant. Cats got good taste. Hello, welcome. Can't play in Flamin' Hots. Gosh, alright, understeer. We are losing the elites ahead of us. We need to gain it. We need to gain that time back. We need to gain that time back, and we will. Don't you worry, chats. We just need to lock in. There we go. Back up there with them. Yeah, don't give them the cinnamon Cheetos. Honestly, I'm surprised even regular Cheetos are okay for him to eat. To be fair, our cat's gotcha day, which is basically what we treat as her birthday, came up recently, and I did cook her some oven roasted chicken. No seasoning, none of that stuff, but just, you know, chicken, for, some diced, cut up chicken for her. And she went to town on that. She loves chicken. She absolutely loves chicken. Holy moly. I have like tuna she likes kind of, but like holy moly, she loves chicken. Actually, that's so sweet. Yeah. Because you know, I mean, you know, we got her from a shelter, so we don't know her like actual birthday. So we instead kind of just treat like the adoption day as like her birthday and stuff, and we give her like, you know, like a special meal and everything. And also we usually kind of schedule like a meal that we can that shares the same ingredients that day anyway. So I'll just make like an unseasoned chicken breast in the oven while the other ones are like breaded with like a mayo or whatever and seasoning. Give him canned sardine cat food in. Yeah. Ironically, our cat is kind of hit or miss with fish. She likes tuna, but like other types of fish, not that much. I mean, adoption day, gotcha day, it's the same thing. But yeah, it's, you know, the basically like the anniversary of her adoption. She's a spoiled kitty, but she's like a spoiled sweet kitty, where she will constantly like beg for attention and pets and everything. But like, she's not like a mean cat. She's just basically human. Can I have? I'm gonna pester you a little bit until I can have, but I'm gonna do it in like an adorable way. Like I'm gonna like nuzzle up next to you and everything. Oh, human, do you open the tuna can for like your own dinner and everything? You're making that? Can I have a spoonful? Human, let me brush up against your legs, human. Can I have some? But she's a sweetheart though. Like I woke up this morning and she was just caught up in my chest, and it was adorable. But I gotta be careful with that though, because there was one time I wrote over when she was laying on top of me in my sleep, and she like jumped off and it had some force with it. Level animals, men, dog animals that Uh-oh. Oh, yeah, no. If your dog makes a mess, you gotta clean it up, you know? It's a responsible dog. It's a responsible pet ownership. Ooh, boy. A little bit of understeer there. A little bit of understeer there. I know. Oh my gosh, I love cats. There's so many of them are just absolutely adorable, and there's so many of them too. And unfortunately, I kind of have to be a one-cat household because my cat, she's got an immune deficiency, so she literally can't be like around other animals. Unfortunately, she gets sick really easily, which is really unfortunate. So she gets a lot of stimulation, a lot of play from our humans, and lots of pets. So many pets. Careful, 3 more to go at Rome. Yeah, this vehicle's better suited for the British GT series instead of the MR challenge. We'll have to get a faster vehicle for MR, because holy moly, that Ford GT is outright demonic in its pace. Like we can beat pretty much anything else, but the Ford GT shows up frequently enough that it genuinely becomes a challenge. It genuinely becomes a problem. We need to be a little bit careful. We need to be a little bit careful. Bonk. A little bit of a tap on the wall. Coming up on 2 more laps. This will be the last race of the night. It is getting late. It is past 11. We did an endurance race. We beat all the arcade mode races, and we'll be streaming this again tomorrow. So more Gran Turismo tomorrow night too, where we get to use the Elise 190 and the Tuscan Speed 6 quite a bit. So I am looking forward to that. I am looking forward to that. Okay, a little bit spicy into that corner. I gotta brake earlier. But we're doing good. We're doing pretty good, I think. I don't quite think we'll be lapping anyone. But it is fun to see just how much the lightweight mid-engine cars are absolutely just demolishing the high power front engine British GT cars. Like the lightweights just really dominate on a lot of these tracks. Alright, let's get through here. There we go. Here we go. Nice and smooth. What's also really cool about some of these street circuits and Gran Turismo is they use the real life city street layouts and everything. So you can go into Google Maps and literally like drive around like this section in Google Maps and see what it's like in real life. It's really cool. Okay, so it turns out we are lapping someone. We'll probably lap 2 people, maybe. Oh, yep, okay. A little bit of a bounce in there. Bounce on it, Deo. go. Alright, there is the Jaguar. Hi there. Flashy, flashy, blue flags coming through. Coming through. There we go. There we go. Ooh, little bit spicy there. Little bit spicy. Alright, and here comes the finish. Here comes the finish. And across the line. Heck yeah. Nice. Alright. So yeah, we're gonna be ending the stream here. I'm gonna quick get an oil change in a vehicle. And then I'm gonna save the game. But yeah, we got a lot still to get done. We got a lot done today, but we got a lot more to get done still. And I'm looking forward to it. So hopefully we can make even more progress tomorrow. But anyway, I'm going to be ending the stream here. Thank you all so much for watching, everyone. If you enjoyed the stream, please make sure you leave a like and subscribe. Let me know what I'm doing well in the comments down below. If you didn't like the stream, please let me know what I'm doing poorly so I can fix it in the future. With that being said, I've been Umbras, and wherever you're in the world, whatever time it is for you, may it be a great time, and I'll see you all in the next stream. Until then, take care everybody. Bye bye!